Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I have decided today to do a bit of a hair care routine, kind of talk to you about the extensions that I have and my experience with the extensions that I've had in the past, and also how to just look after them. The last set of extensions that I had were taken out in November and they were put in the previous November, so they lasted me a year. So I feel like I've got a good idea on how to look after my extensions and I thought I would share it with you. I also got a lot of requests on the air wrap video to do a hair care routine, and I kind of touched on it in the beach waves air wrap tutorial, but I decided to do a whole video on it and kind of tell you everything about my experience with my extensions, the methods that I have used, hair care for extensions, and yeah, like different tools that I use, things that have kind of helped me along the way. I'll start off with kind of telling you my experience with extensions. So I started getting extensions when I was 19. I was recommended it by someone I worked with. She had really nice extensions and I ended up going with micro links for that was my first set of extensions. I didn't really do much research on it. I did research into micro links, but I didn't really do research into other methods. The braidless weave, which I've got now, I don't think was that big when I was 19. That would have been like 4, 5 years ago, I'd say. Maybe I was 18 or 19, yeah, like 4 or 5 years ago. I didn't know about it until the past like 2-3 years. So I ended up getting micro links because they were my first like type of extension. I'd had clip-ins before then. I didn't really know what I was expecting. I just thought that they were fine. And then I had a lot of problems with micro links in general. I had really bad matting from kind of bad maintenances, and I ended up looking at going elsewhere for getting my hair extensions done, and there was a few girls at my work who ended up going with this lady, and I looked at her Instagram and I was like, oh my god, like the hair looked amazing, like it looked really good. So I ended up getting a consultation and I was really happy with it, and a braidless weave, and that's the method that I've had for the past 2 years now, and I love it. I don't see myself changing from it anytime soon unless my own hair changes. I need to, I don't know, if I lose hair or something, I don't see myself changing. Essentially what the braidless weave is it is sewn into your hair. You get these little like bonds that are put into your hair and then they're just kind of sewn through your hair. This is a piece from my last extensions that I took out in November. You can see they still look pretty good actually, it's just the colour's a little bit off now. And I got them cut quite a lot as well the last time I had a maintenance. I wanted them cut and I obviously have curled them. And essentially this is just put into your hair. This is my like bottom piece at the back there, and that's just sewn in, and it's really easy. They come in wefts, they're super thick, and yeah, I love the braidless weave, but it's only really that it's good for like medium to thick hair. If you've got thinner hair, they're really hard to kind of disguise, and that's when people would recommend you to go for tapes rather than the weave. I am a qualified extensionist. I got qualified in August and I'm qualified in the braidless weave and the tape method, and tapes are a lot more popular for me, the customers that I've had, but I thought I would just talk you through kind of the braidless weave because that's literally what's in my hair, and I thought that'd be more interesting than me kind of educating you on tapes versus braidless weave. So that's the hair, and that's the method that I have in my hair. I normally go for around 22 to 24 inches of hair, and then like I said, that lasts me about a year. You obviously have to practice really good aftercare to make them last, you know, a year or so. And for aftercare, I will go into what products I use. So starting off with the most basic kind of simple thing that you will probably think of when you first get extensions is shampoo and conditioner. You want to use sulfate and paraben free shampoo and conditioner, and so I have the bedhead ones. I actually prefer the red ones. I picked these ones up thinking that they'd be better, but I actually don't really like them. So this is the Dumb Blonde, but I normally get I think it's the Resurrection, which I prefer. This one's nearly out, and then this one I'm just going to throw away because I don't really like it. And then I bought these pumps on eBay because they don't come with pumps, they come with just caps, so you're probably going to want to buy a pump just in the shower. It's a lot easier, and they're fine. Like I said, I normally prefer the Resurrection one, but these ones are fine. And then coming out of the shower, I try and use a few products when I get out of the shower. Normally some sort of leave-in conditioner, so I was using the Way leave-in conditioner, which I liked. I didn't think it was like the most amazing thing ever, but it was alright. It's just a leave-in conditioner. You just put it in your hair, leave it in. That's the name. And then I have now started to use the Olaplex Bond Smoother, which again, I do like more than this, but I am going to use this one up just because I did buy it. It wasn't exactly cheap. But anything like that, leave-in conditioner. And then I normally dry my hair, which I use Dyson hairdryer, and I just find that this dries my hair a lot quicker, so I do still use this. Then after that I go in with an oil, so I will go in with I was going in with the Beauty Works Argan Serum. I still really like this, but I have now replaced it with the Olaplex bonding oil. Again, I'll just use this up for the sake of using it up because I did buy it. This is my second bottle, so it is still really good. And I do think it's cheaper than this one, so if you're looking for a good like oil alternative, you don't want to spend like a load of money. I think it's actually a serum rather than an oil, but I assume it's got argan oil in it, so. And then this is actually an oil, so I guess you could use them in conjunction with each other, but I just use one or the other. And I've been liking this as well. I've used it quite a lot, and you can even tell it looks like a tiny bottle, but it does last a while. Because it's an oil, it goes further. The serums, because they're a bit more like gel consistency, they just don't go as far. So on days that I'm showering and I want to use a mask, I have a few options for masks, depending on what I want, what I need. The first thing I do use is the Intensive Purple Mask. I actually only really use this on my hair, so what I'll do is I'll literally section this top bit of my hair and put this in it and not touch the rest of my hair, and I just find that it helps because my hair seems to go brassier quicker than the extensions, so I just find that it helps with stopping my hair going brassier, and it doesn't take that long. It's very purple, and I think it's like a conditioning mask at the same time. Yeah, Intense Care. So it's from L'Oreal. It's the Intensive Purple Mask, and I've used this for a while. This is my second pot of these, and because I only use it on that small section of hair at the top, it does last me a while, so that's good. And then for the actual extensions, I have two products. You have to excuse my bottle of elasticizer because it's got like tan on it, I think, but it's the Philip Kingsley elasticizer, and I actually use these two together. I use a small amount of this and I mix it into the Emily Jane Hair, which is my hairdresser, well, hairdressing company. I use the repair mask from them, and it's really, really good. I literally used this the other day, and like I said, I just kind of mix these in together, but you can use one or the other, I guess. The next day, for example, after I've washed my hair, if I want to style it, I either use my GHD Platinum Pluses. I don't straighten my hair a lot. I've got it straight at the moment because I dried it straight, and then I've just been kind of going over it the last few days. But the thing that I use the most of the time, because I like my hair curly more than I like it straight, is the Mark Hill wand. And this is like the one that you can mix and match, so you can buy different attachments for it. This I think is the medium barrel. I will Google it and I'll write it on the screen, but it's the one that I use all the time. I don't really like tongs, I just don't get on with them personally, so this is something that I use more. And I literally just, if you want a like very loose wave tutorial, let me know, but I literally just go around like this at the bottom and then just take it off, catch it, and then hold it, and then put a little bit of hairspray on it normally, and this will last me like 2 or 3 days depending on how tight the curls are. And obviously you want to use heat protection for these. My heat protection that I use is the VO5 Heat Protect. This is like my 4th bottle, I swear. I go through it really, really quickly because I douse my hair in it. Defend your hair up to 230 degrees, and that's, I don't think I go any higher than that. And I really like it. It's cheap and cheerful, and it's just a heat protect spray. I don't think you need to spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds on, well, not hundreds, tens of, I don't think you need to spend a lot of money on heat protection spray. So yeah, those are the kind of the hair tools that I use the most, along with the hairdryer as well. And then for hair brushing's sake, I use the Denman. This is just their, like, I think it's their Tangle Tamer. It's got loads of hair in it. And this is the only brush that I use to brush my hair. I always lose it, so I end up buying quite a few of them. But any of these like soft bristle brushes, again, I know Beauty Wax does one. I think Remy Cachet might do one as well. Or at least they do one with their clip-ins. I'm not sure if they do one to sell separately. But a lot of companies sell these soft bristle brushes. For a few like random products, I do use the Memory Mist and this soft hairspray from Way. When I do style my hair, the Memory Mist you want to put on first. You put this on before you style your hair, and obviously the soft hairspray you put on after. And these are things that I use when I style my hair. Sometimes when I straighten it, because my own hair has got like a slight wave in it, it doesn't like staying straight. So sometimes I use hairspray after just to make sure it stays straight, or if it's in a bit of a windy day or if it's a bit humid, you need a little bit of hairspray. And Memory Mist is good for kind of curls and things like that. Again, if your hair doesn't curl that well or straighten that well, Memory Mist is quite good. And I also use the Hair and Body Shine Mist. I only really use this on my hair, to be honest with you, but it smells amazing. It smells like, I don't know, it smells like fresh like roses. I don't know, it's really, really nice. And I use this when I was going out, when I want my hair to look a bit more shiny. Also, if you want it to smell nice, maybe when you're like 3 or 4 days into the week, maybe you'd want to use it then to help your hair smell a bit nicer. And then lastly, dry shampoo. I wash my hair once a week. Sometimes I wash the very top of my hair, like I'll just pull this bit up and just wash kind of, you can see the extensions there, and I'll just wash the top of it. But sometimes I'm just really lazy and I prefer to use dry shampoo, and I use the Batiste one. Again, I tried loads of brands of dry shampoo and this is the best one that I found. I don't really care about, this is the fragrance blush, but I don't really care about the scent, to be honest with you. I just pick up whatever one is there. Always get the big bottles as well because I do go through them. And yeah, so I'll, normally around day 4 I'll need to start using dry shampoo just on my root. Obviously the extensions don't really need dry shampoo, it'll be more your own hair. So yeah, and then throughout the week, like I said, if I'm styling it, I'll use heat protection, dry shampoo, hairspray, but I'll also use oil. If I don't use it every day, I use it every other day. If I feel like it needs it, I'll use it every day. If I feel like it can probably do another day. I don't like to over oil it, just because I find that sometimes it gets a bit tangly when I put too much oil in it, and I'd rather just be giving it oil when it needs it. And I find that that works really, really well for me anyway. So I thought I would just kind of run through a few quick do's and don'ts of hair extensions. They're things that I feel like I had to kind of go through myself to learn, and I want to kind of pass that knowledge on to you so that you don't make the same mistakes that I did. So the first thing to definitely do is always dry your hair, especially if you have things like weaves. I mean, to be honest with you, any type of extensions, you want to make sure you're drying it. You'll loosen, if you don't dry it, you'll loosen the bonds over time and your hair will just start shedding. This is something that I did do my last set of extensions. I got really lazy towards the end and I probably wasn't drying it well enough, and my hair was shedding in clumps, like it was coming out in clumps, which is something that you just don't want to do. It will make your hair last a lot longer if you don't have that. So that's definitely the first one. Also just helps to keep the condition of your hair quite nice. If you go to bed with it wet, for example, your hair's just gonna be sat there like rubbing against each other all night, probably won't dry properly. With the weaves you can also get mold in the extensions if you don't dry them properly, because obviously mold grows in damp and warm places, so if it's not dry you could get mold. So that's definitely a do. You always want to dry it completely, dry it bone dry. So another do would be to try not to overwash it. Again, you're washing out the natural oils that the extensions might actually need, and it takes ages to dry. It's a bit of a hassle also, and so you might be more lazy and more inclined to not dry it. Also, you can get a lot more shedding, a lot more breakage, because your hair is the most fragile when it is wet. So I would just recommend to try and wash it like once a week. You can definitely train your own hair to do this. Just use dry shampoo for those other days if you can, or do the top wash like I said. Just pull this top piece up and wash that and dry that. I'd say something that's pretty it might be quite obvious, but it also might not be to some people, is make sure that you're researching who you go to. I didn't have the best experience when I first got extensions. It happens. Unfortunately, I didn't do my research, and I've learnt now what a good extensionist can do. So I guess make sure that you do your research and make sure that the person that you are going to go with has experience and kind of knows what they're doing. I'm trying to think of the questions that I had when I first like started getting extensions. The main one was how to look after them, and again, another huge thing is making sure that you're getting regular maintenance. I get maintenance every 7 weeks on my weave. It started out at 6, but we worked out I could go to around 7, depending on your hair type, how quick it grows, the extension type as well. That will change, but make sure that you're getting regular maintenance. I know that I've spoken to some people that didn't have maintenance in their hair for like 3 months and they thought that was fine, and everyone's different, but I just couldn't do that because I know that my hair would mat pretty badly underneath if I didn't get my maintenances. So, you know, it's a big commitment to have extensions, and it's a lot of effort to kind of upkeep them. So I guess it's a question that you want to ask yourself, that like, do I have the time to look after them, and am I going to want to look after them in 6 months time? So yeah, if you did want me to film a video on tapes versus braidless weave, or how I style my extensions, like properly, kind of I can take you through straightening them, curling them. If you've got any other questions, then just let me know. I think I've covered most things in this video, but there probably is going to be some questions that people have, because I remember when I first started getting extensions, I was definitely researching. I mean, I was researching microlinks more than anything, but I was definitely researching how to look after them, what shampoo and conditioner I should be using and things like that. So hopefully this has helped a bit. And like I said, if you've got any other questions, like just leave them in the comments below or message me on Instagram and I will reply to you. It is such a big commitment getting them, but I wouldn't not get them now. I absolutely love them. If you've got any video ideas, anything you'd like to see, even if it isn't extension based, let me know. If it is extension based, let me know and I can do that as well. So yeah, please like, subscribe and comment, turn the notification bell on, share the video if you want to, and I will see you next week. Bye.